Hello everyone, it's James Folino here and I'm here to present you another edition of the Gold Coast auction and sales results. This week I'll be covering the week of Monday the 9th of August up until the 16th of August. And like we do every week, what we're going to do, we're going to go through some of the properties that were sold or that was auctioned or that the sales went through for the last week. Again, we take all our information from realestate.com. So whatever agents upload to realestate.com, we then take our information from there. So let's go into it like we do every week. We'll start off first with the lower priced properties. So we'll go through the lower priced properties first. And then after that, we'll go through some of the other properties for the Gold Coast. So like we do every week, we'll have a look at a snapshot of Australia and the clearance rates. As you can see, Queensland has stepped up again and it's gone back up into the 80s, which is fantastic for Queensland. If we click on Queensland, we can have a look at it. And just on my right-hand side here, it says that there was 264 scheduled auctions. Of the 264 scheduled, we've got results for 101 of those. 74 was sold at auction. And we provided Queensland with a clearance rate of 81%. There was also, if you have a look at this figure just below that, the non-auction sales is the big one. There was 1,489 properties that were sold privately. Now, if we come back and we have a look at a screenshot of Australia again, when it comes to sales volume, we always like to look at that. The highest sales volume of any state was New South Wales, which was just under 2,000, which is a little bit low. It was upwards of 2,500 when not in lockdown. Victoria has dropped significantly and has now gone into third position, and that had just under 1,500 properties that were sold for the week. And Queensland now has moved into second place. So Queensland sales volume had over 1,500 properties. So again, Queensland is really now becoming on a par with Victoria and New South Wales for property sales volume. So let's move on and let's go into that first property. This first one, I actually inspected this property with a client. This was at 2/184 West Burleigh Road. I do like to tend to stay with houses with land content. Now, even though this is in a complex, it is pretty much like a house. It has its own land content of 359 square meters. It was a 3-bed, 2-bath with a single garage, but it also had car accommodation. This was in Burleigh Head. So this was, again, maybe only a 10-minute leisurely bike ride to the water. And this home was sold privately. There was a low body corporate in the complex. I think there was maybe 10 properties in the complex. And this property here sold for $738,000. The next one that we're going to look at is this one here at 20 Avondale Drive in Pimpama. This was a 4-bed, 2-bath with a double garage, brick home, colour-bond roof. This was only built recently, 5 years ago, 2016 it was constructed. Small block of land, 373 square meters. And this home sold at $505,000. So pretty good buying for a young family. The next one we're going to look at is also in the same suburb in Pimpama, and this is an older style home, but a larger block of land. So the land size on this was, I think, just over an acre on this property. It was a 4-bed, 2-bath with ample car accommodation, in need of a renovation. But this home with big land content sold for $715,000. We're going to move closer into the Gold Coast now. We're going to come to a suburb called Kumbaba. This was at 11 Tarana Street. It was a 3-bed, 1-bath home with a double garage, brick veneer, tile roof on a large block of 607 square meters, close to schools, close to Harbour Town, and not too far from the prestigious Paradise Point. This one here sold at $590,000. Next one we're going to look at, we're going to a place called Ormo. We've got this home here. This was at 8 Conebush Circuit on a large block of land, 766 square meters. You can see that it's got a double garage at the front, but it's also got a side drive here. So anyone having a boat, caravan, jet ski, you've got room to park that down the side. It's got a lovely resort style pool. It's a brick and tile home, pretty much in original condition, but really well looked after. A lovely home and ready to move into. And this one here, again, 4-bed, 2-bath, sold $716,000. We're going to move into Paradise Point for the next one, and Paradise Point doesn't really get too many homes that go into this lower price range, but we found one, and this one here was at 59 Matthew Flinders Drive. This was on 688 square meters. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath home. It's got single car a garage, and as you can see, very original home, so it could lend itself to a renovation. But again, the bones are strong, brick and tile. This home here, and ample parking for cars, mind you, this sold for $750,000. Couple more to look at. We're going to look at this one here. This one here was at 29 Boyd Street, Tugun. Now, 3-bed, 1-bath with plenty of car accommodation on a 506 square metre block. Like we said, not much comes up in Tugun, but when they do, they get snapped up pretty quickly. And not many come into this lower than $750 price range. As you can see, walking distance to the water. The potential that maybe this was a little bit cheaper is because it could be in the flight path. This home sold $750,000. The last one that we're going to look at in the lower price range is this one here. This was at 11 O'Doherty Avenue in Southport. It was on 536 square meters of land. It was a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom home. It's got nice polished floors. It's been updated and cleaned up throughout. So nice home. Southport, again, very close to the center of the Gold Coast. And this home sold for $687,500. Okay, we'll move on to the higher price properties. And we're going to start with this one. So we're going to start Northern Gold Coast first, and we're going to look at this one. This was at 19 Catalia Court in Holywell. It's a beautiful home, fully renovated with a swimming pool. As you can see, it's got a nice al fresco dining area outside. It's got lovely open sliding doors onto your al fresco and pool area. Lovely renovated kitchen. And this home here was on a large block of land, so 968 square meters, 4-bed, 2-bath with accommodation for 5 cars. And this home sold under the million, $996,000. Next one we're going to look at, really good buying too. This was in Bigara Waters. I inspected this property as well. This was at 32 Thompson Street, Bigara Waters. 4-bed, 2-bath with a double garage. It's got a swimming pool. You're walking distance to water. So you've got the Broadwater just up to the rear here. You've got Harbour Town around the corner. You've got schools very close proximity. And as you can see, lovely home, brick and tile, really well maintained, has been renovated. And this home sold for a great price, $790,000. The next one we're going to look at is this one here. This was a waterfront home. This has got a 25-metre water frontage. It's also got a 12-metre pontoon. This was at 26 Karima Crescent in Runaway Bay, 776 square metres with a pool, 4-bed, 3-bath, room for 4 cars. So anyone wanting that waterfront lifestyle and has a boatie, this is where it's at. Pretty good price point here. This sold at 1.49 million. That might need a bit of work on the inside, but again, you're purchasing a house with strong bones in a really good location. Okay, the last two that we're going to look at for the Northern Gold Coast are 2 development sites. So I just want to show you these for any developers out there. But this was 2 houses side by side in Paradise Point, 30 and 32 Milton Avenue. It gave it a combined land size of 1,012 square metres, and it currently has a permit for 12 apartments, as you can see there. Now, it could lend itself to townhouses as well. So this was, or duplexes as it is just there. Now this home, or these 2 homes sold for 1.9 million. So about just under $1 million a block. And then we're going to move a bit further down the road and look at another development site. And this one here was at 113 Falconer Street. bigger land than the one in Paradise Point. So this one's at 1,210 square meters, so about 200 square meters more. And the zoning's a little bit different here. So the zoning here in Southport has got a higher density and a bigger height limit. So this one here had a permit for 31 apartments. So 2 houses again, but a permit for 31. This has a holding income of $52,000, and this sold for $1,115,000. So potentially pick of the bunch would have been this one, just because return on investment, you've got a lot more sales that will come through this development. So I think the purchaser of this development maybe did a bit better than the other one. Okay, we're going to move into Middle Gold Coast. I'll just have a sip of water. And we've got this property here in Ashmore. This was at 59 Mingaletta Drive. It's got a swimming pool. It's double story. It's got solar. It's brick, tile roof. It's on a large corner block. 692 square meters. Lovely, substantial home. Again, really well maintained. Great area of Ashmore. You're only 10 or 15 minutes from the beach. And this home was a 3-bed, 2-bath, 4-car accommodation. Really nice home. Could do with a bit of an update. This one here, great buying, $770. Next one that we're going to look at is this one here. This is in Broadbeach Waters. This was a 3-bed, 2-bath with 2-car accom. This was on 690 square meters. It's a waterfront home. It's got its own pontoon. It also has a boat ramp. So boaties out there. This, again, is another one. Again, it's a little bit closer to Middle Gold Coast. And this home here sold at $2,005,000. We're going to move along now. And we're going to move to Miami. So we've got this one here in Miami. And this was at 30 Tulip Street, Miami. It's an unrenovated home. This was a 3-bed, 2-bath, single car garage, brick and tile, block of land, good size at 606 square meters. And look, it's livable, but it could do with a renovation if someone wanted to come in and that's what they wanted to do. This one here sold for $1,252,000. We're going to move to an area, Bundle / Sorrento. We've got this one here at 7 Tosti Street. This was another waterfront home, quite a large home, 27 squares, 3-bed, 2-bath, accommodation for 4 cars on 725 square meters of land. This home here, single level. This one sold at $1.5 million. Now, someone who's wanting a bit of land in that middle area of the Gold Coast, but we're going to just venture a little bit inland. So we're probably 15, 20 minutes inland. And we've got a suburb here called Warringari. We've got this home here at 166 San Fernando Drive. This is a newly constructed home. This was a 6-bedroom, 6-bathroom home with a large 90 square meter shed to the rear, new construction. This was on 1.5 acres of land, so really big block of land. You have this new substantial home. And then you've got plenty of room. So anyone who's in construction or needs a bit of a yard, there is that large yard and shed to the rear. This home here sold for $1.36 million. So again, really good buying. To build a home like that's going to cost you a fair amount. So you've got a really good amount of land content on this home. The next one that we're going to look at is this one here. This sold in Palm Beach. This was at a 49 Mawala Drive in Palm Beach, 519 square meters, 4-bed, 2-bath, 2-car home. As you can see, it's been really well renovated, this home, and it's in a great area. So from that picture there, you can see you're not too far from the water. You've got a lot of waterfront houses across the road as well. This home here was sold at $1.58 million. And just to show you something else with this home, so this home here sold at $1.58 million. This home was also sold, 49 Mawala Drive. It was also sold in October last year, and it sold for $870. So we're looking at about, what's that, 580, 680, about $710,000 difference in less than 12 months. Okay, we're going to go to Burleigh Waters. We've got this one here at 10 Tatler Way, Burleigh Waters. 4-bed, 2-bath, double-car garage. It's got a pool, brick and tile, single level. It also has solar, hot water and electricity. Really good home. This home sold for $1,199,000, so just under 1.2. Couple more to show you. We're going to look at this one. This is also, well, this is Burleigh Heads, not Burleigh Waters. This is in an area called Koala Park. This one here was a 4-bed, 2-bath with 3-car accommodation. The home was in original condition on a large block of land, 680 square metres. This may lend itself to development or to being renovated, something like that. This one here sold for $1.7 million. And the last one that we're going to look at is this one here. Again, land content, a little bit inland. This is in Tullabudgera Valley. This was a 4-bed, 2-bath with plenty of car accommodation here. You've got 8 acres. So 8 acres of land with a 24-square house. And this one here was an 18 fresco court. So really high cathedral ceilings, really lovely timber home on the inside. Like a lot of greenery, and anyone wanting that rainforest feel, this is where it was at. This home here in Tullabudgera Valley sold at $1.2 million. So they're the results for this week. As you can see, there's still a lot of buyer activity happening on the Gold Coast. I hope I've given you some more insight into that Gold Coast property market. Feel free to get in contact with me if you have any more questions. But until next week, good luck with your property hunting, and we'll see you then. Take care.